communication skills, infrequent customers, and their needs. Okay, software has its cycles where there are users who access the program periodically or different features of the program. This is true in our software too. We have customers that actually just need to file a return a year, or that just do a particular entry, or maybe they're just doing importing data, or they're the IT person that is working on getting the system up and running on the individual user's machine. So not everybody uses the software all year long. One of the questions in the technical communications class from MHI Global that we use talks about customers who don't work with this product. They might, if they don't work with this product regularly, they might need some special things. So Bill of Rights actually answers that, the customer's Bill of Rights. They need to be listened to and understood. They need to be taken seriously. They need to receive timely action, to be treated with respect, and to be treated with sensitivity. Now, along with those 5 great, wonderful ideas, our staff actually had several different other answers as well that really kind of fell into 4 particular topics that I thought I'd end up sharing with you. The first of those is training. Now, every customer can always use more training. Everyone always needs to know a little bit more about the software because they don't ever take full advantage of it. But it's really important that we make sure that we give them some refresher training or help them and guide them. And we want to make sure that they're getting some confidence and encouragement. Also great is a documentation. Make sure that they've got good documentation. Maybe a 1-page or quick reference card, a how-to guide. Making sure that they've got a step-by-step guide that can walk them through the entire process. And that walkthrough of the step-by-step, that's really important for some users. Some users really just want you to help them all the way through the process. They don't necessarily need you to help them through the process, but it's their preference. And we need to make sure that we're respecting that diversity, that need. That's why I make the videos this year as opposed to just sending notifications internally, because some people are auditory learners and video learners. So we like to be able to make sure that we're working through that, and we work through that guidance and helping them get through that understanding. One of the other answers was really around patience and understanding. And that goes back to what I was talking about on the Bill of Rights. To be taken seriously, to be listened to be respected, to be treated with sincerity. It all really comes back down to that. Every person's different, and we need to be given that patience, that guidance on the steps. And it's really important not to be talking to them in jargon or geekese, to be talking to them in what they said layman's language, a simpler language, not necessarily tax speak unless they really need to be doing that. Now there were 3 other answers that stood out. 2 of those really kind of around tips and tricks, additional tips and tricks, sharing that knowledge with the user. It's really great to be able to do that. It makes them more confident. But one that really stood out to me was customers who don't use this program regularly may need you to ask more probing questions. They don't know what they don't know. And it's really good for you to be able to guide them and understand what they're really trying to get to. Because we all began somewhere. We weren't experts when we first started using the program. We had to learn how to use it too. So it's really important to remember where we came from. Mike Dooley said, "The one thing all famous authors, world-class athletes, business tycoons, singers, actors, and celebrated achievers in any field have in common is that they all began their journeys when they were none of these things." Remember where you began.